Well, for sure. I mean, anytime you're playing your first conference game and you're a new coach in a new job, everything's, can be scary. So, and then, I know, Coach Hop really well. He's a good friend, and they play a unique style. And, you've probably been zoned a little bit, but you might not have been zoned like their zone. So you're always interested to see how your team's going to react. The guys are great, and they seem to be on board with everything, and they're doing a really good job taking coaching. When we tell them something's important and we got to work on this, they seem to understand that and make it a priority. So I've been most proud of that. As for the buying into the system or this and that, I mean, to me that's a day-to-day thing, and you could have a possession or two, it looks like they're all bought in. You could have 5 possessions where it looks like 2 guys aren't bought in. So for me that's an ongoing thing, and just playing good team basketball and understanding how we want to be effective and areas of the game we want to prioritize. But all in all, I do feel really good about where the guys are, where they're at with how we want to play. I mean, I think I thought that right away. When we started doing workouts in the spring, I mean, you could see some talent. And I was able to see some things, that I thought were pretty glaring that we needed to work on. And then we approached it with just a day-to-day approach. And, one thing led to the next, led to the next, led to the next. I mean, I didn't have a flow chart up in my office of here's how we're going to put the system in. It was just, one day, and then something would pop its head up. Let's see if we can address that, and then onto this, onto this, onto this. I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I'm most happy with the overall effort that they've played with. I mean, I would put our effort probably a little bit ahead of our execution, which is a good thing. I mean, everything's you can execute great, but if you have low effort, you're going to have poor results. And our effort's been high. So to me, just how consistently high effort we've been able to play with has been, something you strive for, but it's been a real positive and a good surprise. Well, for sure. We always talk about wanting to be the hardest playing team and talk about what that looks like, what that feels like. I mean, that's something, we talk about and try to do on a daily basis. I mean, it's a system that's, that emphasizes sharing the ball and making a bunch of simple, quick decisions. I always tell our guys, I'm not looking for perfect decisions. I'm looking for just quick, simple decisions. And, the baseball analogy is you can win with walks and singles. If you get a lot of those, you're going to have runners on base, you can score. And so that's kind of how we look at it. And then, then the players have to buy into that. And they're the ones out there making the passes and setting their teammates up, not me. So, I mean, it probably goes hand in hand. Yeah, he's been good. He's fine. Christian's fine. He's a tough kid. He's obviously having a great year and he's practicing. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I don't look at it as 5 starters or first string, second string. I mean, we got 9 guys that are really contributing on a consistent basis. We got 2 young guys off the bench I'm really excited about, and I think it's important to value all of them, and I try to do the best I can, talking with them, meeting with them, showing them how much I appreciate them, and keep telling them ways they can keep trying to help us. And they've been great. I mean, they're really, I'm comfortable with all of them, and as comfortable with those guys as I am with the guys in the starting 5. So we're really fortunate to have good depth, and but the crazy thing about college basketball, and these seasons are long, and you can be deep one day, and you're 2 ankle sprains away from being thin. So you just got to kind of take it day by day. Well, I mean, listen, hey, we got a great fan base, but to be honest with you, I haven't felt it. I mean, these games don't feel any crazier to me. Like, I'm looking up in the stands, there's a lot of empty seats, and it just seems to me everybody's got an excuse why there's people not at the games. And I get COVID's a legit excuse. I get that. But I mean, I'm excited to feel what McKale was like when I played here last as a road team. That's what I remember McKale as. So, we got to earn that. And obviously people are waiting to see what we're doing, and we've got to earn the fan support. I mean, that's the way I'm approaching it. We're not going to beg for it. We're going to go out and put the best product we can out there, and we're going to play our hearts out. And then if they choose to come watch us, we'll be excited.
Jim, when did you guys realize, or when you realized you had something here with the guys and how you're playing well? When did that start?
I think it started as soon as everyone got back. Like when Adama came in from France, when I came in from Washington State, when O came from Gonzaga, when everybody just came, we had just all started clicking together and just became a family because we knew there was something here that we could do to bring Arizona back to what it was, to what it is.
Was it on the court or off the court that started?
I think off the court. It has to start off the court before it can start on the court. We started building bonds, going to each other's places, talking, chatting, laughing. And from there, we just brought the off-court stuff on the court, on-court stuff off the court, but making sure everything is still positive. And sometimes there's negatives, but that's how we got to do as young men, to come together and be like, okay, this isn't right, and, grow from it.
What's it been like just playing the role you have? Obviously it's different than last year where you were, at all conference, they depended on you to be good. That was here you're coming in and playing, giving them a boost up. How was that there? And is that what you
I came in talking to Murph and saying, I don't mind coming off the bench because it's something, I have to do to learn. If I want to play at the next level, it's something everyone has to do. There's not always going to be that one KD guy to just come in and automatically start because he's so talentedly gifted. So I said coming off the bench isn't no problem. Coming into practice every day, trying to make guys better like Zoo, just trying to show him my best effort every day so he can get better and, provide for us on the court when he's starting. But it's definitely no problem for me. I just really want to win, and that's what we've been doing.
You got and I think you got the best three-point percentage. I didn't know, has it been tough at all to come up and have that rhythm going right away? Coming into the game, sometimes kind of cold. It doesn't appear that way. I just wondered if it's a different mindset or how that's going.
Definitely a different mindset because I have to be selective on my shots. I try to get more of my other teammates involved. But I think the three-point percentage is just, like I mentioned a couple of months ago, is that me working with Corey Kispert, he's actually helped me tune up some things. And shooting every day with Ryan Anderson, our GA, has definitely helped out a lot too.
I wonder if the coaches do they ever ask you things like when they're scouting opponents? Because Washington, Sacramento State, from last year, out of Eastern, does it ever come up like, hey, I did this against them, we got to watch out for that, or anything?
Coach Lloyd actually did say, you're a defense player of the year in the Big Sky, right? I said, yeah. So you know about Bryce Fowler, and that's who we just finished playing. And I said, yeah, he likes to, pump fake and go left and everything like that. So I kind of helped him out. And DT asked me a little bit some things too on Bryce because he was guarding the majority of the time.
The fast start this year as a team, maybe improving some focus on. How much weight is that carry for you all at this point in the season? Is there some pride there? Is it too early for any of that to matter to you? How much does that matter to you?
You pretty much just said it. It really doesn't matter to us. We're just with each other. We know we have a locker room full of guys that's for each other. And when we go out on the court, we're with each other, and we're trying to represent Arizona the best way that we can.
So some of the Washington guys, they're known to play. There's a lot of games and pick up leagues or whatever in Seattle. I didn't know if you ever came across or joined any of them, or did any of that ever come to Spokane where you played? I mean, in other words, have you come across any of these guys?
Not necessarily. I've pretty much been the Eastern Washington guy, so playing with John Stockton and the Gonzaga guys on that side of the state.